Hey guys, today we are freeze drying some ground beef for my pantry shelf. So what I've got in my pan right now is 3 pounds. I've already done 5 pounds, so this will make 8 total pounds. And the 5 pounds I thought would fill up my 4 freeze dryer trays because I have the medium size, but it didn't, so I'm going to do, it made like 2.5. So I'm going to do about 3 more pounds to see if that will finish it up. And so what I'm trying to do right here is just brown it just a little bit, and then you can see that it has some fat in there, and fat does not freeze dry, so you do want to rinse this off. So what I'm going to go ahead and just keep on browning this a little bit longer, and then I'll show you what I do when I drain it off. I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I have cooked this ground beef until all the pink is out of it. I'm not going to cook it like till it's really crispy brown because I can finish cooking it when I reconstitute it. So what I'm going to do now is just put it in this a colander, and I've got a bowl under it to catch the grease. I'm going to kind of strain some of this fat off of it. And then I'm going to rinse the meat off. I did not add any salt or any seasonings of any kind because I figure if I'm going to use it for different things, spaghetti or tacos, whatever, I can just add the salt and stuff when I reconstitute it. So we'll see how much fat we can get off of this. This pan's kind of heavy, so that's why I'm using this ladle. You can see all that fat down there in the bottom though. Of my skillet. Okay, let me lay this down here a minute. I'm just going to pour it in like here. Have some in there that I'll have to put my thing down and get it. My phone down. Okay, so now I'm going to take it over to the sink and we're going to rinse this off. Alright, I'm just going to use the spray on my, kind of rinse this off. Get any of that fat and grease out. Okay, so I let my meat sit in the colander and drain some of that fat off, and you can see, I know there's some water in here, but that's how much fat I got off of there. I went ahead and filled up my trays, and that extra 3 pounds filled up all of my trays. So to fill up all of them, it was a total of 8 packages. This is going to go into my main freezer right now and just freeze overnight, or however long it takes, and then I'll stick it in my freeze dryer when it's solid. Be back in there. Hey guys, the freeze dryer is finished, and it took 16 hours to do that meat. So we will get this out of the freeze dryer, and then we will get this in jars. Okay, the meat is all the way dried. It feels real good. There's no cold spots, so I know that it's ready to be put in the jars. So what I'm going to do now is put an oxygen absorber inside. I'm going to do 1 jar at a time. I'm just going to use my hands. For me, it's easier. I've got my funning candle on this, so I don't make too big of a mess, but inevitably I will. So I know that there's about 2 pounds of meat per tray on this, so I'm kind of wondering how many jars I'm going to get. Looks like about 2 pounds is going to fit. Well, there's not much left on this tray. Let me get a paper towel off that way. Like this. And then I'm going to, even though I put an oxygen absorber in there, I'm still going to vacuum seal this. So let me bring you over to the vacuum sealer and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I'll just put this attachment on there, and then I'm going to vacuum seal that. It's gonna be loud. And I'm going to put this ring on it. You do not put rings on when you can stuff, but when you're freeze drying, I always do because it's not going to hurt that, and it just kind of makes me feel like it's better protected. It's also another place to put some storage lids. Okay, I'll be back when I get them all done. Okay, so I got 5 quarts of ground beef. So I think that's equivalent to about 1.5, a little over 1.5 pounds per jar, which is pretty good. That's about what my family will use. I wanted to show you my freeze dryer trays before I wash them up. You can see on there there's not much oil or any grease at all, so that's what you want. Okay, that's how you do freeze-dried ground beef. Hope you try it.